Trinidad is a Real Place is brought to you by the National Gas Company of Trinidad and Tobago Limited, at the forefront of energy.
Marijuana is my drug of choice, but I smoke anything I could get. Tea leaf, bacano, black sage. It was the main thing in my life. It was more important than children, wife, anything, if I had money, marijuana was first.
Stories like this are more common than you think. Chances are, in fact, there may even be someone in your life struggling with a challenge just like this that they won't share because of the stigma that comes with admitting that you need help. But if you find yourself in a crisis, there are options out there. Organizations like Families in Action has been on the ground helping people who find themselves in this type of situation to turn their life around.
Trinbagonians can find the joke even in a serious situation. Our sense of humor is second to none. But for every story that may seem unreal, there's another of people who make TNT a better nation. Because we are real people, our dreams are real, and Trinidad is a real place.
I had a problem, but it was always somebody else's problem. Because addicts don't believe that the world should revolve around them. They know that it does. So it was always somebody else's problem. My wife, quarreling, my boss is a fool. Drugs is a kind of solution and not a problem to the addict. One day I went to work at Carib and I went into my boss's office. That was the main manager. She said, close the door. She said, you're high. I said, yeah. She said, you need help? I said, I will tell you when I'm ready. And I catch myself hitting my wife. This was my first wife. I hit her twice. I went and reported myself in the police station in Savo. And then I reported the AFP. And I went to the counselor. He said, you smoke? I said, yes. You drink? I said, well, yes. He said, well, let us deal with that first.
So I met Steve when I came into Families in Action in 2002. Steve has always been larger than life. He owned his addiction. He's always willing to share about it, to be able to help young people and not so young people to understand where they may be addicted. So when we started in 1988, it was because of that scourge of drugs that was entering our shores. As we moved on, as we progressed in our work, we understood that with most issues that we have socially, family has to play a part.
I have children with about 5 women. And I just get up and walk and leave family. Because self-centeredness says it's all about me. The next time I saw my children, remember I told you the last one was 5? Both of them were in St. Francis Girls College, uniform in Port of Spain. Family in Action gave me a place where I could look at myself. I've been clean for 27 years.
He remains committed to Families in Action as well. He understands the part that we played in his journey, and just as he appreciates us, we appreciate him as well.
I understand to love now. Because in Families in Action, it's the first place I get hugged. I can't remember, I sure my father never hugged me, and I don't remember my mother hugging me. But one of the things in recovery is hugs, no drugs. At Families in Action, I saw 2 levels of illness, I come to Families in Action, you meet a woman here in her business suit, with her little tie around her neck, and she owing the money lender so much money that she don't want to go home, and her addiction is gambling. You meet a young lady who come here because she's suffering from sex addiction, she can't control relationships.
We have assisted through our domestic violence work to ensure that women are removed from situations of violence and placed in safer environments, and also equipped with some means of moving forward in their lives. We have worked with a number of parents who have had that eureka moment when they understood that, I could do this a little different to have a better relationship with my child. And we have met them years later and heard about the successes because of their improved relationship with their children. The people who walk through our doors tend to be initially traumatized people facing crises. For every life that we change, we're taking Trinidad and Tobago one step closer to being the country that we all want it to be.
Trinidad is a Real Place was brought to you by the National Gas Company of Trinidad and Tobago Limited, at the forefront of energy.